Welcome everyone to the Coburn Arc. Fantastic to have you all here today. It's my pleasure on behalf of the Fremantle Football Club to announce a new, improved, I'd say, extended and more deep and meaningful partnership that the club has been fortunate enough to strike with RAC. We've been partners before, but we're incredibly excited about what this exclusive partnership is going to be able to do, particularly in relation to the critical message of road safety. I'm a parent of a 21-year-old daughter and sons who are 20 and 17, all driving at the moment, and it's certainly, my wife and I are very mindful of the critical nature of road safety as we head into the holiday period. RAC is a 120-year-old iconic Western Australian organisation and brand that has been working for the betterment of WA for that period. It's done an incredible job of improving road safety to this point, but it's a job that's never finished. And we're absolutely honoured as a club and privileged as a club that RAC has chosen to partner with us to help spread and ensure the effectiveness of such a critical message, particularly as we head into this time of year. So with that in mind, it's my pleasure to introduce Rob Slocum, who's going to talk about this partnership and take it from there. Over to you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. G'day, so I'm Rob Slocum, I'm the Group CEO from the RAC, and we're really excited about this partnership with the Fremantle Football Club. It builds on the shared passion and values we have for making positive change in the community, and in particular, leveraging the power of football to change behaviours and save lives on the road. As we head into the holiday season, unfortunately 178 people have died on our roads in Western Australia so far, and many, many more have been injured. And those aren't just numbers, those are people. They're mums and dads, they're grandmas and granddads, brothers and sisters, and unfortunately some young people as well. And so we're asking people to really think about their behaviour when they get behind the wheel. And there are things we're asking people to do that are quite simple. It's about driving to the conditions. It's about slowing down instead of speeding up to beat a red light. It's about pulling over to take a text message or a phone call rather than straying from the attention of driving. It's about not driving while impaired or not getting into a car with somebody else who might be impaired. It's about speaking out when your mates have gone too far. And most importantly, it's about always wearing your seatbelt. We're asking people to drive because their lives depend on it and others' lives depend on it. It's all about the choice you make when you get behind the wheel. So we're very excited to be partnering with the Fremantle Football Club as we head into this holiday season, this campaign season, and we're really looking forward to using the power of the football club and their fans to drive positive community change. Thank you. So very happy to take any questions on that, or Simon, if you want to respond to any.
Push over to JT as well. Anyone got any questions for Rob?
You for a campaign has been having a bunch of high-risk age groups, like 17 to 24.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, so the thing we know that younger people sometimes don't think about the consequences of their actions, and they do have role models, and the players are magnificent role models for changing behaviour and changing outcomes. And so where the players can have an influence on those younger people about thinking about the things they're doing behind the wheel, that's incredibly powerful.
That's Preseason.
It's been good. It's been short and sharp so far, but also very hot, but good to be back. One day to get through tomorrow and then into the holiday period.
The aggression that's been shown during drills, during match practice has been really evident. Has it kicked up a notch compared to previous years?
Yeah, I think everything's always quite full on this time of year. I feel like it's a part of the AFL and how everyone approaches this time of year, and clearly something we want to continue to build on. We feel like we have a good presence of that in our group at the moment, but to be able to get more guys to show that would be really good.
And that we've seen that playing as well. You need this group to have a known aggressive man.
I think so, but I don't think we need everyone to take it upon and have a big role in that. I think we can only have a few guys that can bring that and still have that intimidating factor. And clearly, part of my role, and I know Vossi's role, is to play that intimidating factor. And if we can get a handful more of guys, that'll go a long way for us.
With yourself, your personal focus has been this pre-season to now? Obviously, it's just been short and sharp, but what have you been kind of honing in on ahead of the break?
Continue to get another good base of fitness and strength under my belt. Had a good run the last couple of years with injuries and been able to complete the program. So continuing to build the base of both of those levels, take my skills game to another level and continue to be a force amongst our group.
Obviously, it's a relatively unchanged group from last year, but obviously there has been Mason Cox arriving as well. Where do you kind of see him fitting, some forwards and things like that?
Yeah, a little unsure, but I think what he brings is he can slide in almost anywhere for us, which is an exciting part. And not only Mason, we've brought in Judd from Melbourne as well, who's going to be a really nice dynamic off half back for us. And really looking forward to catching a few of his kicks, that's for sure. Yeah, I think so. I feel like it's natural for any forward to say we don't get it in there quick enough all the time, and something we quite often joke about is we don't get it in there enough and often enough. So yeah, I think natural progression of our group and the way we want to take the game forward, and obviously we don't need to be flat out and be silly with it, but I think you'll see improvement in that area from us, certainly.
A few people have spoken about the need to score more. When you look at the way that the team's played in the past, it has gone slower and hasn't been defending quite strongly. Do you feel excited about knowing that you're going to need to find 2 or 3 more goals per game, and that's going to be advantageous towards the way you guys want to set up the forward? Yeah,
certainly, and I think it's those 2 or 3 goals are going to come from more than one avenue, and whether that be forward 50 pressure or ball movement or whatnot, we feel like we can add that through natural progression as well, and then really take that in our stride.
How did you reflect back on the end to the final? And obviously you had to go down and fill the role of being in that loose man in defence, and you were right there at the end. Like, how do you look back on those 2 minutes personally?
Clearly a lot right, and something that I'd done successfully well in the past in previous games that unfortunately didn't execute what I needed personally and for the team in that moment, but I know personally and as a collective, I know we'll be better for that performance, and it'll only help us moving into next year.
Do you beat yourself up over that, or do you look at the ones you did well?
To an extent, yeah, it burns, still does, and was a tough pill for us to swallow, but a great learning curve, and we'll certainly be better for it.
Do you feel like this team's now ready to take that next step?
Yeah, absolutely. If we are in a position where all 18 teams are wanting to win the ultimate success at the end of September, and like I said, the pre-season's been red hot, and we're certainly ready to go.
Any of the new draftees jumped off the page at you and made you go, wow, yeah?
Well, it's sort of hard because they're quite restricted this time of year, and we've got quite a few of them, and they're all running around my feet as small forwards, so battling, trying to tell them where to run and trying to get out of the way. So maybe come back to me after Christmas and I can give you a bit more.
Josh, with the focus on adding a few more layers to the game plan, does that sort of put an emphasis on the group coming back really quick so they can move into the football stuff a bit quicker?
Yes and no, but I think obviously having the limited time pre-Christmas has allowed us to come straight back into that, but then on top of that, our group just naturally come back really fit, so that allowed us to jump into that, and I think you'll see some match sim tomorrow, which is quite exciting pre-Christmas, and after Christmas we'll be straight back into it, which is great.
Obviously you have a chance to play your 100th game first time this year if all things go to plan. How do you reflect now, because you're in that 5+ group now and you didn't need to return early to pre-season? It sort of feels like you're one of the mature members now of the group.
Yeah, I think that means I'm an old boy now, but I'm not sure where that fits amongst the group. But I've still been quite a whirlwind of 5 years, to be honest. Plenty of learnings, a lot of growth along the way. Absolutely love my time here and committed my time here for a long time. Excited for what's to come, and whether that 100 games milestone pops up this year or not, it'll be certainly a great achievement.
The road safety message, how do you and your teammates take that into your break tonight and see it?
Yeah, clearly take it all on board, but understand what sort of example we're setting in the community as well, and having grown up in a small country town, you see these things far too often, and if I can pledge to all fans and footy fans out there to take care of yourselves and your loved ones, because we certainly want to see you at the footy next year.
How have the NGA boys been going training alongside with you guys?
Yeah, good. It's good it's another lot of fresh faces in amongst the group, and a bit more excitement around, which is great to have. It's clearly some good talent for us to have up our sleeve moving forward.
And you're a part of the leadership group. Has being with them sort of helped you with your own development in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. Took a lot out of last year and experienced, having that role of being a leader for the first time, and took a few big steps, and has certainly got a few more to go.
How much would you have killed to have that opportunity to train with AFL players in an AFL team over a couple of months like these guys are at the moment?
Yeah, it would have literally done anything, clearly a great opportunity for those guys in that position to be able to take that on and jump in and see what it's all about, and it certainly would have been awesome.
It feels like there's a real depth of leadership within the group now with yourself and Caleb and Andy. Does it feel that way for you guys, that there are so many of you who are ready to step up and be leaders when you need? Yeah,
definitely, and like I mentioned, it's still a phase that we're trying to figure out, along with a few other things, but it's certainly something that come a long way this year as well, and through the lessons and the games that we played this year, we took big strides in that space as well.